The voting process can be intimidating, especially because most citizens only vote every 2 to 4 years. As a poll worker, you might encounter different communication needs. Those needs can vary greatly by disability, so it's important to be prepared. The Americans with Disabilities Act requires that people with disabilities be able to receive and convey information in a way that is equally effective for people without disabilities. Effective communication may require the use of aids or services while voting. This may include offering physical guidance or describing the layout of the polling area to voters who are blind. For voters who are deaf or hard of hearing, the use of lip reading, pen and paper, or American Sign Language interpreters may be required to communicate effectively. You may also encounter communication needs that require greater patience and attentiveness, like voters with intellectual and developmental disabilities or disabilities affecting mental health. Invisible disabilities like autism, ADHD, traumatic brain injury, or PTSD can impact a person's processing speed, working memory, or expressive communication skills. These challenges can make social interactions difficult to navigate and make engagement in new or unknown activities like voting feel challenging. Some disabilities can also limit a voter's verbal communication ability. They may communicate effectively using an alternative augmentative communication device or a communication board. A poll worker who is respectful and attentive can be an essential part of a successful voting experience. Support these voters with patience and allow the voter plenty of time to respond. Remember, a person's communication differences are not an indicator of their cognitive ability or the understanding of their right to vote. With all voters, the most important part of communicating effectively is your approach and openness to support different needs. Here are a few more tips for supporting the communication needs of all voters. All communication should begin with a respectful and welcoming tone of voice. Speak directly to the voter. Some voters may have an assistant, and you may need to interact with the assistant or interpreter, but it is important that you speak to the voter directly. Make eye contact. This may be especially important for voters who are deaf or hard of hearing and may need to read lips. This will also help you pick up on the voter's body language cues. Be patient and speak clearly. If there's a breakdown in understanding, try restating in a simpler way. You can refer to DRT's Poll Working Support Guide for more tips on how to support communication needs of voters with specific types of communication impairments.